Ty Lue there. Time for Never Stop, Never Settle, presented by Hennessy. Turnovers just lopsided 20 for Cleveland. An NBA Finals record 4 for the Golden State Warriors, plus 15 in points off turnovers. That is a record. Plus 15 in points off turnovers, plus 18 in terms of fast break points, and plus 26 in terms of points in the paint. If you're looking at this from Ty Lue's perspective, the turnover seems like the easiest thing to address right away, correct?
Well, on both sides. This is where you go to from a coaching standpoint. You know, we have to take care of the basketball in terms of eliminating the 20 turnovers. And what I always said to our team is that, look, you know, every time we turn the ball over, that means one of you doesn't get to shoot. And I know all of you like to shoot. So I'd rather you take a bad shot than throw the basketball away. So I think they'll address the turnover problem. Yeah, I think they'll address the turnover problem. Now, the 4 turnovers that Golden State had, that shows that Cleveland wasn't aggressive defensively. Yeah. You know, when you allow a team to only have 4 turnovers in a game, that speaks volumes about your aggressiveness on defense. And Cleveland allowed Golden State to pretty much have their way defensively tonight, Grant, Kenny, because when you only force 4 turnovers, normally you do that in a quarter or maybe in a half, but to have 4 turnovers for a game just lets me know that your defense wasn't aggressive and you wasn't active tonight.
Well, I'll ask the broader question and overreaction alert here, but remember the Cavaliers were 22nd in the league in defense in the regular season. They've played better D, or it appears they've played better D in the postseason so far. Is it possible they're just not that good defensively?
Well, no, I mean, I think they're maybe not as good during the regular season as they were last year, but they are capable. They can step up and play better. And look, what they did last year, they made it uncomfortable for Golden State. When they got down, they got in their space. They made life miserable for Clay. They came out a little bit too relaxed, a little bit too cool tonight, and didn't have that sort of sense of urgency as Isaiah was talking about on the defensive end. You can't let Golden State just get what they want, move the ball around, and not make them feel your presence. And that was what was happening today. They kind of reacted as opposed to being the one, you know, initiating the action. It was all about reaction as opposed to action. And so, you know, Golden State brought it to them. They just, you know, but the thing is, the things that they didn't do well can be fixed.
Right.
And, you know, and so a couple things, too, like Golden State, they attacked the closeouts. You know, you saw that play on the out-of-bounds play. Like, just the concentration level wasn't at the level it needs to be, particularly in a game on the road. So Cleveland can play better, but they got to value the basketball. You can't give up 21 points off 20 turnovers on the road against a high-powered team like this and expect to win.
Yeah, a lot of those points are connected because off the turnovers they're getting dunks on the other end. Defense, how correctable is it?
Oh, it's not a big margin of error, honestly, because Golden State shot 106 shots. 20 of them you had turnovers, but they shot 106 shots. 2 guys out of that shot 50 of them, basically.
Right.
Which would be Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. The other guys who took 60 shots, no one scored double figures. So they locked down those other guys. If you lock down either Kevin Durant or Steph Curry, you might come out with a win. But you can't allow them to have easy looks, even though the attention is on not helping and letting other guys get off. But those other guys did not get off. 60 shots or more, no one else got double figures. 2 guys only on that team. So panic, no. But step out to Steph a little bit harder. Step out to Kevin a little bit harder. But those other guys, they better find their game so they can find themselves down too.
Klay Thompson, 3 of 16 in this game. His struggles in the postseason continue. On the offensive end, at least, he was really good defensively.
Well, at least Klay gave himself a chance.
He did.
He put about 3 for 16. But one of the things on the flip side for Cleveland, I know it's hard on the road, particularly for complementary players, but LeBron and Kyrie were collectively 19 for 42. The rest of the guys were 11 for 44. And so, you know, the ability to sort of, you know, let LeBron and Kyrie go off, but not really go off, not go for these 30, 35-point games, but to neutralize everyone else. We saw in the press conference, Tristan Thompson, non-existent,
that was the difference.
That was huge.
He
gets 15 rebounds.
Offensive rebounds, tip outs, extra
Right.
possessions, 1 possession for you. To me, Zeke, And Grant, that was the difference. He had been a manimal for all of this time.
Yeah.
And he has in the playoffs. And he was the first time going, I didn't even ask to see him again. The first time I didn't think about him or say his name while we were in the green room watching or out here in the game.
I actually thought
Yeah.
he might be the key to the series coming in, and he just
He
didn't
is.
give them anything.
He is the
tonight.
key, because if he doesn't play well, they're going to lose.
Right.
He is the key.
And he's got to give him extra possessions.
Right.
Like Zaza gave, Pachulia gave Golden State extra possessions tonight when they needed it the most, because the game was still kind of, close back and forth. No one had really gained momentum. But those turnovers and also those extra possessions, which gave Golden State 20 more shot attempts, is the thing that broke the game open.